Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. It is Monday, the 8th of November, and it is about 2:45 in the afternoon. I am at the corner of University Avenue and King Street West. I am on the west side of University Avenue, and I'm walking north. And it is so beautiful out today. When I left the house early this morning, I had to keep my lightweight jacket zipped up until about halfway, and then till I got to about Bloor, and I had to unzip because it was getting really warm out. I don't know what the temperature is now. I've been out and about down here since about, I think I left the house about 10:15. It's now 2:45. Now I'm on my way home, walking home up University. There's no breeze. The sky is blue, blue, blue. If you can see it, hopefully. And I have my jacket on, it's undone. I'm not carrying it because my knapsack is full and heavy, and I didn't want the jacket held in my other hand, the hand that is not carrying the camera. It's just too much trouble, and I'd like to have at least one free hand. We're at Adelaide Street right now. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I did a video on Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Anyway, it was, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Saturday, Friday or Saturday. And I went to Muir Park, Alexander Muir Park, just south of Lawrence on Yonge. And I captured, my camera just shut off, so sorry about that. I just had to turn it back on. I captured a bridal party. Momofuku Restaurant. Very, very cool sculpture. And right up the wall. Right up the side of the building, rather. Very cool. And there's a restaurant right, you can see the lighting, the hanging lighting arrangement. That's a restaurant up there. And it's beautiful at night because you can see north on University, and then of course along the side here, then you can see University Avenue. Very cool. We went there, it was before the pandemic. And the restaurant itself was okay. I think the atmosphere, like where we were seated, was probably the best part. Okay, here we are at Richmond Street. So my very sweet husband said he would pick me up in Yorkville someplace. Oh my goodness, this building is coming down. Oh, another building is coming down. Oh, this is an oldie but a goodie. Look at the marble. I'm sure that's marble siding and marble around the big beautiful windows. But probably why it's coming down, it's just not tall enough, I bet. Wow. Yeah, so David is going to pick me up in Yorkville. I'm going to get into one of the side streets once I get into Yorkville. And, oh dear. And I'll call him from there. So this police officer at the green light just beeped at the car next to him. I'm not sure why. Oh, because he wants to turn. So he halted the car that was closest to the curb because he wanted to get in that lane so he could make a right-hand turn. Is that a little bit odd or what? Or maybe I have the whole intent wrong. See what happens when you assume. I should have been a little bit more optimistic in my assumption. Okay, we are at Queen Street West. Now we're looking down towards the Eaton Center. I really like University Avenue. It's always been one of my favorite streets. Probably because it's so wide and it's rather majestic looking. It has that meridian between the north and south traffic lanes. And there's often planted flowers. And of course there are the monuments and statues. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick that up. Sheraton Hotel there. The Four Seasons Center for the Performing Arts. I remember, oh gosh, probably 14, 15 years ago, we went to a opera in that Performing Arts Center. I think it had recently opened, maybe a year or two before that, maybe. Anyhow, it was very impressive. I think I was more fascinated by the structure and the interior design and layout than I was with the opera. Different strokes for different folks. At least I appreciated something about being there. I'm not opposed to the opera. I've been a few times in my life, but it's not something that I ever thought of on my own to go. I was either invited or something like that. But the building itself I was so keen to see that new structure. It was a big deal in Toronto back then, 15 years ago or 16 years ago maybe, when it was built. The camera is facing east as we walk north on University. Courthouse, hospitals. Insurance companies pretty much occupy University. The stretch from downtown up to probably College. Oh, this is the American Embassy, I think. Or not embassy, but I think embassies are only in the capital of each country. What is this? No, this is something. Thanks and remembrance now. Yeah, it's the American, not embassy, but consulate, maybe? Yeah, there's no signage. Oh, yes, there is. Hang on a second. What does it say? Oh, Consulate General of the United States of America. There we go. That's what it is. So the camera is facing east. You can see the back of City Hall. That sort of rounded, curved structure, that is City Hall. And what is this building here? Oh, University Club of Toronto building. Private dining for those with a university degree. La-di-da. My camera's giving me a bit of attitude. Sorry about that. So you can see the meridian there. Now, what you could often see, or at least I remember when I worked down this neighborhood years ago, because the hospitals are just side by side and across the street from each other, so on the east side and the west side on your university, you'd often see clinicians and hospital staff navigating, crossing the street, and kind of hanging out on the meridian until they had an opportunity to cross whichever side of the street they needed to go to. Royal Canadian Military Institute residences. I guess that's the coat of arms for the Royal Canadian Military. A bit of a breeze here is happening, just starting to pick up. I'm glad I'm walking on the shady side, or in the shade at least, because it is hot in the sun. I was walking along Front Street, and unfortunately I was walking on the north side of Front Street where the sun was just beaming, and got pretty hot before I needed to turn up university. So now I'm cooling down and feeling much more comfortable. When I used to work downtown, I used to walk home up north on University. That's when I lived on Broadway. So it was a good hour. It was a good hour walk. No, maybe no, it was a little bit more than that actually. It was an hour, an hour 10. I can't remember. But I really enjoyed it. I often would take the path the underground pathway system until I got to Dundas, which was as far north as you could go in the pathway system. And I used to do that primarily in the winter. Thank you.
Thank you.
I did that primarily in the winter time because it was cold outside. In the summer, I usually walked outside the whole way. But I used to always look forward to the end of the day, as I think most people do at the end of the work day. But I did it more because I got to walk home. Oh, those gorgeous dogs. Wow, they are nice looking dogs. Nice looking dogs. So the Raptors lost, and there's a lot of players that are new to me. We were all over watching the Raptors games, the year that they won the championship, as you know, I'm sure a lot of people were. It's easy to watch when your team is winning. And then I did have a mild crush on Kawhi. Then he left. And now Kyle Lowry has gone. Fred is still playing for Toronto. I hope he always stays with Toronto. My husband did tell me, I think, that Fred only ever played for Toronto. He's consistent, strong player. Not all into the praise and glory, at least not on the outside. He just shoots the basket and that's that. On to the next one. Just so nonchalant and calm and easygoing. That's certainly how he looks on the court. Yeah, we're in hospital zone. There's sick kids. This is Mount Sinai right here. I think that's Western down there. Petermont Cardiac Center, Toronto General Hospital. Yeah, rush hour certainly has begun. Pretty congested. Actually, no, it's not. These are just parked cars, duh. No, the traffic seems to be moving very well south of University. Here we are at Princess Margaret Hospital. So a week ago, I was downtown and I went to Colonel's, that popcorn store, and ordered double caramel popcorn, medium-sized bag. And it's gone. Done. Eaten. Didn't even last a week. Yeah. What is it about caramel popcorn? It's so darn delicious. We have brownies. Lots of brownies in the house. And those, you know, those go at a normal pace, I guess. But the caramel popcorn is just so addictive. So delicious. The day that I bought it, I had that for dinner. I am embarrassed to say that, but You know, you get the good and the bad. You hear the good and the bad. Now we're coming up upon Queen's Park. You can see how bright the sun is. Blue skies and the sun just glistening some of the metal parts of buildings. This feels like, you know, a early September day. Does not feel like November. I've been walking a good part of the day today, and I'm tired. So I am looking forward to meeting David in Yorkville and getting a lift home. I could have easily have taken the subway home, but David says now that I'm retired, now that he's retired rather, he has got time to, you know, do these little errands. I hope wherever they're going, it turns out all a-okay. So we finished watching a series on, I think it was Netflix maybe, or I'm sorry, I don't know if it was Netflix or Prime or what it was. It was called The Pact, P-A-C-T, and it's about a group of women who work together, and it involves a dead body. And it's really interesting. I think there were maybe 6 episodes, but if you're into crime whodunit, it was a good one. It's British. I may have mentioned it to you guys before. But I do remember thinking just now that I want to tell you about it, because I don't think I told you the end result. Anyhow, the end was surprising. Was not a typical, you kind of can figure it out, like who did it. So David and I were trying to deduce who the culprit was, and we didn't until they gave us like a first clue, or, you know, basically told us. I think it was the last episode where that happened. It was good. It was juicy. Man, am I hot. Whew. And David just put away all the lawn furniture. So I'm just wondering, I'm going to have to ask him if he took the lawn furniture out, at least one of the lounge chairs, to enjoy the summer weather. Because he, since he's retired, and he retired in July, his days have effectively been spent out in the backyard. I wonder. If I remember, I'll let you know whether he spent the day out in the backyard. Would not put it past him to do that with his book and his puzzles, his crossword puzzles. One of my husband's many nicknames is Egghead, and I mean that in the most loving way, and he knows it. He is a ferocious reader, and very analytical. Always rational. And he helps, certainly helps calm me down when my Mediterranean temperament kicks in. I did a walk here, I think I think maybe late spring. There was still some snow on the ground, and I took you guys through this park up ahead here, or Queen's Park. Let's make this walk. Just crossing Wellesley Street West. You can really see the changing color of the leaves. There was a lot of that when I went to Alexander Muir Park. Beautifully brilliant red and yellow, orange colored leaves. And the foliage, how it was turning, was just beautiful. Beautiful. That is a park that is maintained through the winter months, but it is a lovely park. There's no swing sets or anything like that. Just a park where you might want to go for a little stroll or sit on one of the park benches and have a snack, good conversation with a friend. And so I've been there. I was there a week ago Friday, and then I was there again this either Friday or Saturday, and both times there were wedding parties there. More than likely to get their photos done. So last week's bridal party, they were being photographed. This past Saturday, it looked like the wedding party was just waiting, probably for the rest of the party to arrive, or not sure what. And I suspect they were probably there for their photos. I mean, they could very easily have actually had their wedding ceremony there. I didn't stick around to invade their privacy any more than I already had. But they were having a good time. I remember one of the runs that I did. The home stretch was coming up, running up University, running around Queen's Park, and just basically diagonal to where I'm standing right now on the other side of University going southbound was the finish line. And you could smell it. You knew you were near the end coming up University. I think we came off of Lakeshore and then up University, or came off of I don't know, I think it was Lakeshore, or I don't know. So long ago. But I remember once we were going up University, even though it was an incline, you knew you were in the home stretch. But I remember thinking, God, it's taking me forever to run around here, to get around the park here. I was so anxious to stop running. I think I showed this notice to you when I was here back in the spring. Now this is at the crossroads here, where University starts heading south. Just beyond these lights. I also filmed in Yorkville on Saturday evening. We walked down to Yorkville for dinner and walked home. It was such a nice night. And I did a short little film, a little video rather, in Yorkville. Haven't uploaded that yet. Still needs to be edited. It was really busy, and the restaurant that we went to was also really busy. And there was a bridal party that came into the restaurant that we were at, but they immediately went upstairs. I guess there was a private dining spot upstairs for their wedding dinner reception. Two brides in 1 week, in 1 weekend. I bet everybody who may have postponed having their wedding celebrations are doing it now that they're able to, now that things are opened up a bit and they're able to celebrate with friends and family in the same room. It's been forever since I've been to the Gardner Museum. The only time I seem to visit museums is when we're away. We are going away actually later this month. And I will be filming from Florida. Alrighty folks, this is it. She's calling it a day. We're at Bloor Street West and Queen's Park, south of Bloor Street, and Avenue Road, north of Bloor Street. Thank you very much for joining me. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Very much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. This is Boomer Girl Walking, signing off.